if you were to equate this to dating. You ready for him to make an offer to potentially maybe have a kiss? Of course, one on the cheek. Come on, do your thing. Do your thing. Hey, what's going on, my friends? It's Dave Sharpe and Ryan Halpert. What's going on, brother?
What's up, Dave? How you doing?
Great. My friends, welcome to Wake Up Legendary. Um, what we're going to be talking about today is why nobody's buying your products and how to fix it, and some of the core kind of ideas, plus some specifics about what you can do to solve the problem of getting people to buy your stuff more. Ryan, what do you think? Get us kicked off here about what the problem that people are facing and kind of why this matters.
Yeah, I think a lot of people who are struggling to sell their products are spending a lot of time looking at the views. They're looking at how many comments are they getting. They're looking at a lot of the very front end surface level things, and they might have some views. They might not have a lot, but they're spending so much time fixated on those things that it sends them down a path of not focusing on the right thing, which is how clear of an offer are you actually making? And if you're making good offers inside your content, that will also get you more views, and it will get those people that are paying attention and watching your content to actually take action and buy. So in other words, you can have buyers from a very, very small amount of views if you're making really good, really clear offers and you're doing it all the time. You're making a lot of offers that of things that people actually want, and you're not afraid to do it. I think so many people are just they're afraid to come in on camera or come on social media and let people know what they have and how they can help them. There's
Mm.
this line I've been using, right? People think that what they have isn't worth anything just because they're the one that has it. And it's not the case, right? So the next guy that's offering the same thing's not any more valuable than you. You are too. People need it. And so you should confidently come out and let people know what you can offer them and what you're selling and what they can buy from you, right? I'm not saying to make a sales pitch when you make a post, make content, but come out and confidently let people know. Make it very clear and very open and aware that this is what I have for an offer. And how many different offers do you have, and how are they going to help people? And that will help everything. That will solve a lot of the problems you have.
Yeah.
And
No, I
that I
agree.
think is one of the biggest. Like, if you were to give me like what's a number one biggest thing that people do that either helps makes them struggle or leave money on the table, I'd say personally that is that.
Yeah. Yes, I would agree. And, making offers these days is as much about making free giveaways as it is about making paid offers. Social media is the place that we're all generating leads. We're all marketing on social media, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. And you really have to provide enough free value on these platforms that people kind of want to pay attention and even come back to your channel or your page to check in for things, right? Uh, Funny example, I was talking to my uncle a couple of nights ago, and he had given me this. He's a pretty spiritual guy, pretty religious guy. He had given me this video to watch, right? And that's pretty cool. I mean, nowadays, maybe if somebody was trying to spread their message, they would have had to give it a book or something like that. Like, hey, read this book. Or, but he gave me a sticky note that had a YouTube video, a YouTube link written down in it, and it was to like a religious video that was, sharing something that he believed in with me. And I'm not getting into the beliefs, I'm just getting into the psychology of the share, right? And um, so yeah, that was a pretty cool thing that we had that to see that example. And um, you know, I asked him last night, actually, I saw him, I said, "So, have you been down any kind of YouTube wormholes lately?" Just poking a little fun at him a little bit, you know
Mhm.
what I mean? And
Yeah, yeah.
here was his response, right? Shout out to Uncle Mike, I love you. I love you, Uncle Mike. You know you're my favorite. I love you so much. I actually have like my Uncle Mike came to one of my events in the past, like in the way past, and like somebody like literally like interviewed my Uncle Mike, and put him on
Mm.
YouTube. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
really?
I'm serious. I'm not even joking, dude. I gotta share this because now I said it. Hold on. Dave Sharp, Uncle Mike. Watch this.
That's the
Hold on
search
a
that'll
second.
bring it up. That's even more
Oh,
hilarious than the whole. But I mean, I've searched for a lot of things that way.
no, Dave Sharp, Uncle Mike. Here it is, right here. So this is
Hey
this.
folks, it's Dan Foss out here live from the stage at the event in Miami, Florida. I'm joined by Mike Kelly, Dave Sharp's uncle. How you doing, folks?
Can you hear the audio, Ryan?
Yeah, I can.
Did you hear? Did you hear it? Dave Sharp's uncle, Uncle Mike.
Yeah.
He's a great guy. Just listen to his videos. He's true to life, and he's going to make it happen for you. Absolutely. So just pay attention to him. Follow his life journey. He'll lead you to the golden pond. You heard it from the man himself, man. Empowered by these people to fly across the world to have this experience, man. You just have to get to the events. To be, meeting by my life. Thank you.
Hold on. The intro really does it for me. I got to play it one more time. Dave Sharp's Uncle Mike. Here we go.
Stage at the event in Miami, Florida. I'm joined by Mike Kelly, Dave Sharp's uncle. How you doing, folks? I'm glad to be here. Just listen to his videos. He's true to life.
True to life, dude.
Do one more. Do one more time.
Hey folks, it's Dan Foss out here live from the stage at the event in Miami, Florida. I'm joined by Mike Kelly, Dave Sharp's uncle. How you doing, folks? I'm glad to be here. This guy's a great guy. Just listen to his videos. He's true to life.
True to life. He's a true New Yorker, my Uncle Mike.
Oh,
Mike
man.
Kelly. True to life, he says. Follow the guy's lead. So, anyways, so I'm talking. Here's the point of my story. So I'm hanging out with Uncle Mike the other night, and I say, "Hey, I'll poke a little. Been on any YouTube wormholes lately, right?" And he goes, "There's a few channels I check in every now and then to see if there's anything new on."
Mm-hmm.
That was his exact response,
Just this
right?
vague, mysterious, like not really let
But
you know too much.
there's a few channels. Here's my
Yeah.
point. They're giving away something free that's making it's valuable enough. This channel is giving away valuable enough free stuff that Uncle Mike wants to check in. He checks in. He does the searching
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah,
on
that's powerful.
YouTube. Okay, think about that for a second. So, are you giving away enough stuff? And I said this to Ryan. This is where can I grow? We grow as marketers. And I said to Ryan I think it was yesterday or the day before, I said, we need to be giving away something new every single day on our profiles so people just check in to get whatever it is, the free giveaway, the freebie of that day.
Yeah.
That's how, and here's where we're at in 2025. It's got to be a fresh newbie every day. Now, does it have to be a different lead magnet? Maybe, maybe not, right? But maybe you can reuse the same lead magnet, but you have them kind of ask, comment. So let's just use the comment below, and either you send it manually or say ManyChat sends it for you. You have to be if somebody comes to your profile and sees that you're giving something that they've already seen or got away, it's not going to be as powerful. And really making more offers is every single day somebody seeing a way that they can buy from you and engage with you and get something from you. That's what it means. Not just a video to where you're, kind of trying to brand yourself or kind of you got to be making more offers every day. Maybe not every post, but say, for example, we create all these stories on our social media profiles, We want it. We film ourselves doing all this different stuff, hanging out, and that's cool. But then we don't make an offer.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be better if you just made a solid offer than did all the additional stuff. So what making better offers and more offers also does for your marketing is it saves you from doing pretty much the 80% of the stuff that doesn't work and keeps you only focused on the 20% that gets the 80% of the results, which is giving good, solid stuff away and occasionally revealing, if you're building a personal brand anyways, and you're the spokesperson. It doesn't matter what niche you're in. It's either you're representing as a personal brand or a company or a logo is a theme page, right? Is what we call them nowadays. But if you're as a personal brand, yeah, you want to reveal something about yourself occasionally, so you let the audience build a human relationship with you. But for the most part, you need to be making offers every day. And again, social media, if they're not on your email list yet, then you need to be making a free offer to get them into some sort of an automation or into some sort of a follow-up sequence where you will no longer be giving free things away. Really, the only goal of giving something free away is to get them in a sequence to where you can follow up with them automatically, either in the DMs or in their email inbox, period, or text message. But those are the three main channels: your social media DM inbox, your email inbox, your cell phone. We're not using fax machines, and people are not getting emails into their Neuralink yet, so those are the three main channels. And so the offer is the free offer, the free giveaway is to get them onto a list. Once you have their email or you have them in a DM, you have them in the DMs, now you can better control the conversation, and they've sort of invited you to make offers. That is sort of they want a second date. If you were to equate this to dating, okay, they want a second date. Pretty much, I'm thinking as a guy, which, okay, I don't know if you got to think like a guy to be a marketer, because there's a lot of really, really successful women, but pretty much, I think ladies, even when you go on that second date, hey, you ready for him to make an offer to potentially maybe have a kiss? Perhaps. And it just,
for sure.
Of course, one on the cheek. Come on.
We'll keep it appropriate for sure.
Very Disney-like.
Yeah.
Very Disney-like. Of course. But wouldn't you expect that offer to be made? And if he didn't on a second date make that offer to take that next step to solidify the relationship, perhaps you may even be going, why didn't he kiss me on the first date? But he was really building that value. He was giving, he or she, right, was giving something away for free, his time, her time. But on that second date, if you don't go for that kiss, what are we, friends? Right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost expected. And wouldn't every day, if you were in a relationship with that person, wake up and go for the kiss? That's the same thing you're going to do. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense in this day and age. Small talk, nobody has time for it anymore. There's not enough hours in the day. Nobody has time to do anything. So they don't want a small talk. If you're in their inbox or you have their email or their phone number to be able to text them, you should be sending business emails or text or notifications or messages in their inbox, and they should get to the point of why you're there. And you should do it in a way that actually even makes receiving those messages and doing business with you and ultimately giving you money simple, easy, and fun. Not complicated and like, oh my God, making you as the customer do all the work to buy the thing. No. if you're savvy enough to get their email by giving them something away, by giving them something for free and they accepted, they've given you that permission. They've given you the permission to now do your thing, do your thing, wake up and go for the kiss every day. And guess what? They don't even have to break up with you when they don't want a kiss from you, i.e., an offer every day. They don't even have to break up with you. It's not even weird or awkward. They just scroll to the bottom of the email and just hit unsubscribe. So you never, ever have to feel guilty for doing what you're there to do, what they expect you to do. And if you're not doing it, it's almost like, why are you here? Are we just friends? Right? So that's one way to think about making offers and the difference between those free giveaways and then making those paid offers.
Yeah, no, I mean, that was powerful, strong stuff. I think that transparency plays a big role in it too, right? Because if I'm kind of like beating around look at the flip side, right? If I'm beating around the bush and I'm just here to help and then all of a sudden I'm sneaking this offer in. What's that going to look like as opposed to me coming in and just very clearly and obviously saying, I have an offer here, and if you want additional help, if you want X, Y, and Z, this is how I can help you get it, right? And now it's just clear and obvious. There's nothing worse than a mixed signal, right? There's nothing worse than when a woman says, you should just know. No, don't ask me to just know. Just tell me what you want. And then you're going to get what you want. And that's it. And that's, see what I mean? Dave's dancing. So I think transparency is a really big part of this, a really, really big part of this too. And I tell you, there's a lot of times where I've come across a creator and I've had to dig, not even just like our students, but just people on the internet that actually have good size audiences that have been in the game a while. And you got to kind of dig to figure out what they're actually selling. And then sometimes you find out there is nothing. And that's why I was digging, and wow, they should be offering something because their audience would absolutely take them up on it. But then there's other times where you find great offers and you find stuff that's like, this is exactly what I thought you were going to be offering. Why is it not super easy for me to find this? Why is it not something you're talking about daily? Why is it not the main link in the bio? Why is that going to a YouTube channel? And then this is going to, right? All your offers are hidden in, who knows where. And so it's just not obvious enough. And now it's not that, you're doing an injustice to people because they can't find your offer easier. What's happening is just you're getting way less sales. Way less people are buying because it's not super easy for them to go and just click a link and buy, or to leave a comment and get a DM and buy, or go to a checkout page and buy because the link's going to show up if they send you a message or do something else, right? Or it's just been placed somewhere consistently, or it's in a story, in a sticker, right? And I think we've all been following the same rule book for so long, right? Like they have to click a landing page link. They have to opt in. Then they can see an offer. Then we're going to email them. Like, you don't have to be a box checker. You can put a link to a checkout page directly in a story. You can put it directly in a message to somebody. My point is just do what you have to do to get those offers out there more. Because the amount of times I've had somebody that I really liked that I was following and I wished they had something for me to buy, but they didn't. There's probably a lot of times, even for everybody watching this, you've come across somebody, and if they made you an offer right there in that video, you would have bought that product, whatever it is they were offering. I know in my case, just recently, I've been looking at a lot of automated stuff, automations and AI, N8N type of stuff. And I'm not going to get too deep into that, but I've been looking into how these different automations work, because you could do really amazing things. And there's a lot of people I've been following who create content to teach about that stuff. That's how I learn. And a lot of them, they don't have any offers to actually teach you how to create these automations. All they're doing, which is really smart from their perspective, their offer is, I'm just going to sell you the automation. I'm not going to teach you how to make the automation. I'm going to sell you the file that contains the automation so you can just plug it in and have it. And it's like, well, wait a minute. I mean, that's cool, but there's still a little misalignment here because I just watched a video on how to make an automation and how it works. I want to make the automation. I want you to teach me how to do it. But that's like their industry secret, right? They're gatekeeping that. So I gotta figure that out on my own. But my point is, right? My point is not that they're not making offers. They're just not making the offer that I wanted them to make. And so it's something that I wish I could buy, but it's not there. And if they had made that offer, I would have probably bought the product, right?
But would everybody have bought that? Would everybody have wanted that? Because the way that I see that product, now you're a real go-getter DIYer. You want to build things. You want to build the automation. I would think that the offer that would convert the best in the marketplace would be the done for you file. And we even talked about this, building Chat GPT automations and tools and selling those plugins into Chat GPT. So, I mean, don't you agree that they're selling that because that is probably the thing that the majority of people would prefer to have versus a dude like you who does want to learn how to do it and actually build it?
Oh, without a doubt. It's absolutely the higher converting offer that more people want, for sure.
So that's a question that I have for for everybody is, so what do you do in that situation where you have something that you know they need, but then you have something that they want, and they're kind of misaligned. There's kind of a conflict there. Perhaps you view it as an ethical conflict. Perhaps you view it as a preferential. I would prefer to learn versus have it done for me. But one of the things that I've learned from really the shoulders of the marketing giants that I stand on from my marketing mentors were that I got to really learn how to sell the market what they want and not what I want or what I want them to have. But I've taken it to add just the humanity that I see in Ryan as well, is that I also have taken it upon myself as a product creator to both try to give people what they need as well. But that's my question. What do you do when you feel you have that kind of conflict? And what do you sell as a marketer, as a business owner, when there really is two directions that you could take? Some might look at it as a ethical. I mean, people have all kinds of different beliefs. Look at how AI has. Some people have reacted to AI like it's a threat to their spirituality, or that it's like people have had all kinds of different reactions. So how do you take those different responses and reactions to how people are going to react to your offers and make a decision about what you're going to actually offer? And I think this was kind of a great example for this sort of a case study. So what are your thoughts on that? What comes up for you around this?
Yeah, I think there's a couple things you could do. One, if you've got the knowledge, as the person making the offer, as the person in that position, if you've got the ability to have that offer, right? I would say primarily and mostly offer the thing that's going to make you the most money. That's my stance. So if that's the file, the done for you element that most people are probably going to buy, because a lot of your customers are actually really business owners who don't have time to learn or don't want to learn automations. That's probably the main forefront offer. Like, this is the primary thing. But when you do have those people come across your content, like myself, who really want to learn, they'll make it known that they want to work with you, right? And that's where you can go and you can actually create a custom offer on the spot, right? That's a situation where you can take things that you have in the back end, like SOPs. This was actually what Alex Hermosi actually did, which was really interesting. He had an offer where he was working with gym owners and he was flying out to the gym and helping them get leads and sales, and he was building up their gyms that way. And then eventually he got to a point where he was like, this isn't working. I'm not going to do this anymore. And the guy he was scheduled to go to next, he called him up and told him, I'm not coming now because we're closing down the program. Well, the guy begged him. He says, you have to help me out. Like I've put everything on this. Like I remortgaged my house for this gym. Like you have to help me. You're my only hope here. And what Hormozi wound up doing was taking his entire process, packaging it into PDFs and files and a course and videos and all these different things, sent it to the guy. And I think the guy paid him like $6,000 for it. And at that point, that was his breakthrough, right? So it's like, in that case, it was a pivot. But I think in the situation, Dave, you and I were talking about, it's kind of the same thing. You can still primarily offer, in this case, those automated files, those done-for-you options, while still, right, on the back end, having a way for people to purchase either a course where they can learn from you and set it up themselves, or a coaching offer. I think it really depends on what's going to make you the most amount of revenue as a business owner, what's going to be the most pious converting that impacts the majority of the people in your audience in the best way. So they're going to buy and they're going to keep buying, because you also have an offer there that is something people will buy over and over again, because these different automations have different uses, right? So you have one solution, then you provide another solution, then you provide another solution. And so you have a good stream of different done for you offers in the pipeline, without having to actually really create two different products. It's just another thing they can plug in, right? So it's a really, really good pipeline. And I think you have, like I just mentioned, offer it to the people who really, really want it. Or just, if you don't want to do that, that would be if you did want to teach as well. But if you don't want to teach, just do it for free in your content, just to keep bringing people in and proving to them that you know what you're doing and that you can build these things. I can't hear you. You're muted.
We talk about the perfect product pipeline in the AI Business Builder Challenge. So if you want to learn about that, you want to see kind of how we put that together. It's a value ladder expanded upon. Okay, it's the value ladder concept expanded upon, with deeper examples and a personal example from our own company, who we've scaled to 9 figures and beyond, and done it all organically, right? Basically without paid ads as well. So the thing that comes up for me when you were telling that story, as well as also continuing on this offer conversation, and what is the best offer to make if you have 2 different ways that you could go. I always try to give people what they want and then sell them what they want and give them what they need. And that's how I take 2 different offers and put them into one, or make them one, because ultimately you really don't want to have 2 different pipelines, especially at the beginning of your journey. And even the story that you just told about Alex going and basically packaging his information and turning it into a course, I mean, is a way in which you kind of, you leverage your knowledge and kind of into the core for which we've been teaching now since the beginning of this company. We teach how to sell information, and that's probably we'll never not do that, because that's always going to be a profitable business model online. But in terms of, what if you have 2 different approaches, one of which you think you can make more money at, but one of which you think that is more ethically better to choose, the question is can you combine elements of them both together to give them what they want, but then ultimately deliver what they need? And the way in which I've always done this has been in the sort of online business, or some people call it the make money online space. I mean, because we teach skills, business models, and show people opportunity once they've developed the skills, ideally. Because if they go try to take advantage of the opportunity without the skills, they just quit or don't get results. But yeah, I mean, this this whole ability to be able to make offers is sort of the core of all businesses, and it was also the core of the story that you told with Alex, because his ability, the guy kind of made the offer for him. The guy kind of, that guy was blessing him without him even knowing it, by asking him to help him. And whether maybe he didn't specifically ask for it to be turned into a course, maybe that's just what he did. And who knows, maybe that's just how the story's evolved over the years. It's a damn good story. It's simple enough to remember and repeat. So you should be thinking about that too, in terms of your story, which you should be pounding into the marketplace every single day along with your offers, right? It's like that. I guarantee you that whenever you heard that story about Alex, there was probably an offer somewhere not far from him telling that story, an offer to get something free, i.e. come to a free event. He's promoting a free event right now. Get a free download, get a free training, get this, get that, or buy this, come to this workshop, right? You'll see a similar thing here with us, but there's areas that we can get better at it, right? We're really good at making offers on the back end, right? We're good at making offers utilizing the perfect product pipeline, like we teach in the Business Builder Challenge. But in terms of the marketing aspect, online short form video, admittedly, that's never been my strong suit. My strong suit's always marketing in a longer format, podcasting, YouTubing, things like that. So there's areas that we can all get better at. But the point is that if you do a bunch of content creation or a bunch of busy work without, where am I going to make my offer? When am I going to make my offer? And have I made an offer yet today mentality, even if you just got started? I think this is the big, I'll wrap up with this thought, Ryan. Most people think I'm too early and too young to make offers. I don't know enough. I've just started. You should be making, like, literally within 1 to 2 weeks of you just wrapping your head around what we're doing here and beginning to create marketing ads, whether those be free or paid. Free meaning you're posting videos on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, or paid meaning you're posting those same videos, ideally the ones that do the best for you, as paid ads. You should be starting to make offers. And what offers am I making again, Dave? Just giving free stuff away. I learned this. I see how people have made millions of dollars online with this strategy. I just mapped out a 1 hour video into a 5-minute read inside of a Google Doc. If you want it, so you can learn the same secrets the same secrets to building a successful business or whatever, comment secrets. Instantly, in 10 seconds. It's just, see, that's because I've got 16 years of just practicing making offers. So I can turn anything into an offer. It's just making offers. And you become so used to making offers because you're no longer worried about offending people, or you actually realize that it's offensive to take up space and not be making offers, not be providing your services or your value. To me, that's wasted space. What are we doing? We're just hanging out, loitering, kicking the can. What are we doing? We're making offers, man. Hey, I got this for you. I can help you with this. I can help you with this. Making offers means you're successful. Means you're busy. That's what successful people do. They offer their services. So that's the mindset shift, is understanding that you're taking up valuable space. What are you doing? You should be offering yourself, your services. That's what people do to provide value. So never feel guilty about that. Just make those offers because that's what both you're there to do. Why would you be on social media otherwise? You look like you're wasting your time. If people don't know what you're doing, if they don't know, it's clear what this person does. I see they're making offers. I see they're got a bit. That's why they're here. If that's not clear, you look like you're just wasting time on social media, just kind of posting. I don't really want to. I'm clearly doing something, but I don't really want to be clear about it because I don't want to really offend anybody or make anybody. I mean, dude, whatever, usually in the beginning, do the opposite of what you're feeling, because we're trained to not step on toes. We're trained, and we're also trained to believe that offering our valuable time and services is stepping on toes versus being valuable to the world. And it's actually being valuable to the world if you're offering your valuable time and your services. Of course, at a fee. Of course, you deserve to get paid. That's not even a question. And if somebody was to go, "Oh, this is not free," go, "Of course it's not. My time is valuable." You would think otherwise. That's why some people get so offended when or don't know how to respond to people who expect everything for free. First of all, stop giving, stop showing up like the lack of making offers is making people think that you're just wasting your time on social media. And then they expect everything for free. So when you do come out of the blue and finally make an offer, they're like, oh, what is that?
For sure.
Right? Because you've never done that. You've not trained them to be. You ever heard the saying, we train people how to treat us? You have to train people to expect offers from you. That way, it's like, oh, yeah. And think about the difference between the two marketers and how the difference in their income. If same customer just expects offers and it's just the relationship that they have with that marketer versus the relationship they have with the marketer or the business owner who just always free, and then kind of just, it makes it weird when they make an offer. It's just kind of like now there's money, and it's like where the exchange of money and the making of offers and offering valuable services with this other business owner marketer is just it's the foundation that their relationship is based off. So start your relationship and then build. You know how you would build your relationship with your romantic partner on a foundation of just trust and conversation and quality time and physical touch and maybe some acts of service, like maybe wrap all those love languages in when you're developing a relationship with a romantic life partner. Those would be the things that you would want to build the foundation of that relationship on. However, if you build the foundation of your relationship with your customer with those same things, you could end up in jail, right? So that's not the same foundation that you're building your relationship with your customers on. Not physical touch, not quality time. Offers, making offers of your valuable professional services or knowledge. That's it. That's it. You don't have to take care of their feelings. You don't have to take care of their needs. You don't have to, nothing else. The foundation is offers. And so when we think about it like that, we realize that, by golly, it's not only my right, my duty, it's my role and responsibility to make offers to this person.
Powerful stuff, man. That is a hat throw moment there. That is a hat throw moment. I mean, I'm ripping off a piece of paper in my notebook here because I just want to show it's not a clean break, but I literally seen a girl on social media. But I see this girl all the time. But anyways, literally one of her most viral posts ever it was a post. I believe the text said something to the tune of, I wrote down 5 things I would do to make my first $500 if I had to do it again. And she's holding up a piece of paper, and text is written on the paper in the post. And when I went and commented the keyword to go and get the free piece of paper, the lead magnet, right, to see what the 5 things were, it was literally 5 things, 5 sentences. That's it on this lead magnet. 5 sentences Each sentence had a link going to a different offer on how to do each one of the 5 things that she recommends you do to make your first $500 online, which was incredible to me. And I think that the big difference between that and where historically everybody has struggled when it comes to making offers is that the example I just gave that the other girl made is actually still very, very valuable. Whereas when you kind of come in over and over and over again and you just keep saying, go to my link, go to my link, go to my link, that now becomes an ask. That's not you delivering something of value, giving away some kind of value to your audience. That's you asking them to do something for you. There's nothing really in it for them. But in this case, you're getting the 5 steps to make $500, your first $500 on the internet. And that is a very valuable thing that her audience wants. And then, like Dave said, once you get in there on the back end, she has everything that they need, right? There was a copywriting course attached to it. There was some paid ad stuff attached to it. And then there was, I don't even remember what all the things were, but it was literally just, it was probably not even 70 words on the whole page. Probably not even 70 words. And if she was literally just delivering the 5 things, it probably would have been 25 words. And if there wasn't offers built in. So that's how simple. I mean, I was even going through my own Google Drive last night, and even I forget like all the valuable stuff. There's so much stuff that you could almost look at anything and come up with a reason why it would be of value to somebody, that they want it or that they would need it. Right. I was finding lists of hooks and headlines. I had this document that I made of things that I could read that would get me into a creative zone so I could make videos. And I'm like, I would read these. What I would do is read these little paragraphs and I would read them. And then I would start to get ideas. And it was like all kinds of like stuff that you wouldn't even think of that I totally forgot about. And I'm like, all of this stuff could be great lead magnets. All of this stuff helped me in a massive way. And they'll help other people in a massive way too. I should be offering this to the marketplace.
Yep. So every day, friends, I mean, get in the mode of making more offers, of coming up with more things that you can give away. And Melissa, yeah, I mean, your lead magnet is your items that you promote. And I'm glad that so many of you are having, like some specific, clear breakthroughs and some actions that you're knowing that you need to take right now. And you're starting to kind of look at this a little bit differently. And that's okay. I mean, that's what this process is about. We can't say everything that's going to matter to you in one day or one training or one episode, but you guys are going to have your different breakthroughs and aha moments based on different things that you hear. And this is something that needs to be said, and it's something that needs to be said over and over again, because you need to be reminded that you do not owe anybody an introduction. You do not owe anybody an explanation, in that it is your duty, role, and responsibility to make offers. And if you're not making offers, you literally look weird, and you look like, what are you doing here? You look like, it needs to be so obvious and clear that you have stuff that you're giving away for free. And then occasionally, sure, like if you want to have, I think one way to think about this is your links in your bios are no longer the thing that you're giving away for free. It's not enough. People, they're getting, and it's why you need to go through the AI Business Builder Challenge, and it's why you need to get updated training. Some of you have been in the game for a couple of years now, and you're like, you're still using strategies that are outdated and old, honestly, and are not working anymore. And, and part of that is just that, the link in your bio is people, they don't want to have to do that anymore. That's only what they're going to do if they actually really follow you and like you. But is all they want to do is at the very most make a comment in a post and have an automated chatbot send them something for free right to their freaking DMs on the platform that they're on. So they stay on the platform. Because nobody logs on to IG with the plan to get right off of IG. Like they want to scroll IG. So you got to deliver the goods to them in a way that makes them feel like they're getting it organically on the platform. And then you take them through the IG DM off somewhere else, whether it be to the lead magnet, Google Doc, whatever. But I mean, nowadays, the making just a straight pitch to a sales page it's like an ad. People just have turned it off. They got to be getting something for free first that they see that basically gets them to engage. Engagement has never been a more important word than it is right now. Engagement. So, I mean, it's something to think about. It's something to understand. It's something to make damn sure you heard really clearly what we said on this episode today, because without it, you are playing a different game. And we don't want you. I mean, really, and this is the biggest challenge that I think new entrepreneurs have, is just coming online and starting this business of making offers, or any business of making offers. And they're not used to making offers. So it's just weird and they just feel awkward about it. And that's why giving free stuff away solves that problem for you. You know what I mean? Like, even to this day, although I encourage you to embrace up-leveling your money mindset, being more comfortable with accepting money and accepting compliments, and just being more aware of your limiting beliefs and money blocks about how you basically repel money all the time in your life. That is also important, but it's also important to just know that, to just understand that you're never going to really have to sell if you can always just get good at giving stuff away and sharing things. You'll never have to be overly salesy in this process. You'll never have to feel slimy, and you'll never have to feel pushy, because you're just giving free stuff away. And even your links, when you share a product, like on a Google Doc or in an email, you're still framing that the sales page, because you got to think about the specific steps that somebody has to take. I gotta comment this thing on Instagram, then I'm gonna get a DM, then I'm gonna, in that DM, get a link to a Google Doc, and in that Google Doc, I'm then gonna get a link to a sales page, and on that sales page, the person needs to watch the video to understand what is all about. And so I need to sort of reverse engineer that and make sure that I'm also framing that video on that sales page as a training. You're going to learn, not just as a sales video. Because if I want them to watch that training, I need to make it known that there's something valuable in that video. And that's probably the main way the best chance I have to get them to convert on a sales page. So if you're not giving that additional text, if you're not framing, clicking the link and watching the video on the sales page as a free offer, like, hey, I'm about to show you a training because most sales videos these days are trainings. They are training the person on something. It is. I mean, even if you go to our sales videos and our sales pages, it's a video that it enlightens somebody about something, at least our perspective of something. So you can't just say, click this video and go buy this. You have to frame everything as an offer where they're getting something out of it. And many of you forget you got to be detailed and just think about the steps somebody's going to go through and ask yourself, would I click this? Like, I think the biggest secret for a lot of you guys is stop trying to copy people and just do things exactly how somebody tells you to do it, and understand the general framework, and then ask yourself, would I understand what I'm talking about? Would I, right? Don't you complain at places about how confusing things are? And don't you complain about how people may not do their job very good? You probably get upset when people don't clearly communicate when you are doing business with them. Don't you? Come on, guys, let me see the comments. Isn't that true? Don't you enjoy good, clear communication when you go into a place of business? Don't you want to know where to sit? What if you came into a restaurant, Ryan, and there was nothing on the menu, or there was just a couple of words: cheeseburger, steak, chicken?
Yeah,
Would
I mean,
you
I've walked
would
out of restaurants before, and that's what I would probably do.
but first your questions would be, what it can I choose the temperature? What cut of steak? What are
Yeah,
the sides?
absolutely.
Many of you market like that. Your menu is burger, steak, chicken,
Yeah,
right? And it's like
it's a good analogy. That's
people
that's
people
that's good.
people don't know. You're good. You're good. You're good. Hey, people don't know what you're talking about most of the time. They don't have and I notice this all the time with people who are talking. You just don't explain yourself clearly enough. That's why, and we could go down the rabbit hole of why you're probably not getting your needs met in life, and why a lot of situations could be frustrating or stressful to you. But it's about clearly communicate. I can guarantee you it's killing your sales and nobody's buying your product because of this. But it's because they don't know what the hell you're talking about. So you have to make sure that you slow down and that you make it clear, and think about, am I properly setting this person up to click this link to actually stick on the page? Have I framed it as an offer? What is an offer? An offer is something that is being presented. I'm offering this to you. It is not, please, it is not this. Please, please, God. Usually when you're desperate, you are confusing, right? You're not somebody who's standing over you is going, what happened? Tell me. And you're just going, please help me. Right? And that's also how marketing comes across. Right? It's like, please buy. You know? I'm just like copying, desperately pasting stuff. Just, I don't know if it makes sense, but I'm frustrated that you're not buying. When is all I had to do, guys? The solution is so easy. I just had to slow down and actually read what I wrote and ask myself, would I understand what I'm talking about? And would I feel compelled to want to click that? Like, did I frame that in a way that like made that juicy? Do you know why everybody was talking about the astronomer CEO Coldplay moment? Because it was salacious. Because we're bloodsuckers for that kind of stuff. I mean, we just can't. It's catnip. It's crack to a crackhead, man. We can't say no. It's salacious, juicy. Yeah. Things that are happening that are wonderful, great news in the world, amazing things. Those go at the back of the news, guys. Those go in the last 5 minutes of the news. CEO of billion-dollar tech company seen on the kiss cam with the head of HR. They're kissing. Oh my God, this is The most important thing that's ever happened, especially in 2025. We got to make everybody. Oh my God, this is crazy. Oh my God. Let's head to the edit. Oh my God. Front page news, right? Why? Because it's salacious. So you have to understand that about people. If in your email you just tried to tell them about the nice, good thing that the fireman did when he went up and saved the cat in the neighborhood, right? Sorry, but you go to the back of the news, and that's just, I know that's a conflict, but it sucks, but it's reality. So you have to, what are they going to miss out if they don't click that link? What are they going to get if they click that link? I'm just talking about a link in an email. How do you make an offer for somebody to go make a to go watch a sales video? That is what I am talking about, people. I am ranting for this long about what do people, about how to tee up clicking a link in an email. Is it a back of the news, or is it a astronomer CEO ducks like a coward with the head of HR having an affair, a billion-dollar tech company? This is why rich people are evil. This is why they're horrible. Look at this guy. Oh my God. This deserves to be on the front page. You gotta see this. It's crazy. And all of us, let me see, right? Hook, line, and sinker. So again, don't you think journalists deal with this every day? Good journalists that really want to report the news fairly? I'm sure they struggle with this conflict, but the bottom line is it is what it is. Headlines, salacious, so you need to make the offer to go watch your sales video juicy enough. It needs to offer enough benefit. They need to, what are they going to learn? Just frame it as, here's what you'll learn in here, and here's what things might continue to be like if you don't, right? Like that kind of thing. Like tee it up, make it an offer. And think about every step of the process. This is what I want you guys. This is my, I promise this is my last. You guys are going crazy in the comments. So here's the thing. Is the last thing. I'm running out of gas. I got to go get some more calories. So here's the last thing. Okay. I want you to think of every step that they take, whether they're clicking an email from a DM on Instagram, or whether they're clicking a link in your email, or of course, whether you're offering them something to go and, especially on your bridge page, think about that. If you're using a bridge page funnel, like how do you, and bridge page funnels still work. It's just, right. It's just giving them the links through their DMs on social media works. It's better right now. It's a different angle right now. Right. But every step needs to be thought of as an offer. Every step is I'm making an offer. Because what's going to happen is, and this is what a lot of you guys are not kind of focusing on, is there's a journey. It's a pipeline. And somewhere along the journey, people fall off into a cliff. It's like a black hole. And you got to figure out where that is. Now, it may just be with watching your videos. And I get that. A lot of you are just falling off. They're falling off right on that first cliff. But if you can get them to watch your videos, that's the cliff they're falling off. You're not getting them to engage. So you've got to start making offers in your videos for them to engage with you, because they're falling off a black hole. Okay, now they're engaging, but they're not clicking. Okay, they're falling off a black hole right there. That's where I'm losing them all at. I'm getting them now to this part, but I'm losing them here. So now you can take your process step by step and figure out where are the cracks, where are the black holes in the process, and then you solve and fill that black hole, and then you move on. That's how we run our business on a daily basis. And the same thing applies at no matter what level you're at. So Ryan, any follow-up thoughts to that, or baby, I'm done. I mean, we've dropped. This is a masterclass. And by the way, who knows? We may be repurposing some of this content. Who knows why we've gone an hour and 5 minutes right now, and I've been just straight spitting. I mean, it could be for lots. It could be just because we're giving all this free value away to everybody, or it could be because we're going to repurpose this content into something. Who knows? Only time will tell. But I do hope that you guys have gotten value out of this, because I do promise you there's a good chance that people are going to be paying for the information in the near future that you guys just got for free. So peace. Ryan, take us out.
Sounds good.
Make a few offers.
Make a few offers. Yeah, let me make a few offers. The first offer I want to make is to recommend that you guys come on out to Nashville in September, and you come hang out with Dave and I, and you hang out with Kim, and you hang out with Rebecca, and you hang out with No Stress with Jess, who's going to be coming. For those of you who weren't here yesterday, to see her get a totally all expenses paid trip to Nashville from Dave offered to her. That was pretty cool. Nobody was expecting that. And who knows, we might make some offers like that at the event too. Maybe, or maybe not. You'll have to get there to find out. The event is September 5th through September 7th, 3 days in the room with all of us. And you can stay longer. You can come early, but we're going to be there from the 5th to the 7th. And we got some incredible speakers, and it's going to be probably the best event going on in America all year. And that's in Nashville, Tennessee, September 5th through 7th. And if you go to legendarymarketermastermind.com/Nashville, you can get your tickets. We're probably cutting off registration in about 10 days or so, because we can only sell tickets so close to the start of the event. So go and grab your tickets right now while you still can. And then, of course, I would be remiss if I didn't let you know about our AI Business Builder Challenge, where you can learn how to start a business from scratch. So if you're somebody that stumbled into this live stream, we were talking about offers, and a lot of it was kind of like going over your head, that's the place you want to start. That's the place you want to go, because if you're brand new or even if you're not brand new, but if you've been struggling or you're looking to get a business off the ground, that's going to be the fastest way to get all the fundamental information you need and the strategy and the steps to follow if you're brand new to get your business launched, so you can make that first sale. And you'll be able to do it, the whole training, in under 2 hours. And it's going to be the most valuable 2 hours of content you've ever consumed in your life. So go to AIBusinessBuilderChallenge.com and you can grab that. And Dave, that's all the offers I have for them. I don't have anything else.
Okay. I like those offers. Have a great day, my friends. See you back here tomorrow for another one. Thanks, Ryan, as always. And thank you all. Peace.
Peace.